The cosmos begins with Ginnungagap, a primordial void. Ymir, the first giant, emerges, spawning the Jotnar giants from his body. Audhumla, a cosmic cow, nourishes Ymir and licks Buri, the first god, free from ice, birthing the divine lineage that leads to the Aesir gods. Odin, the Allfather and Aesir god of wisdom, war, and prophecy, alongside his brothers Vili and Ve, gods of will and creation, slay Ymir. They craft the world from his remains. Blood forms seas, flesh becomes earth, bones shape mountains, skull creates the sky, and brain scatters as clouds. Bergelmir, a giant and Ymir's descendant, survives the flood of Ymir's blood with his kin, fleeing to Jotunheim to establish a new home for the Jotnar. Odin establishes Asgard as the Aesir's stronghold, claiming dominion over the 9 realms. He creates Midgard for humans, Ulfheim for elves, Nidavellir for dwarves, and acknowledges Muspelheim, home of fire giants, Jotunheim, home of frost giants, Hel, realm of the dishonored dead, ruled by Hrasvelgr as Hel, Niflheim, realm of mist and cold, and Vanaheim, home of the Vanir gods. Frigg, Odin's wife and Aesir goddess of marriage and foresight, their son Balder, Aesir god of light, purity and beauty and Tyr, Aesir god of war and justice known for diplomacy, aid in shaping Asgard's influence. Heimdall, Aesir god of vigilance and guardian of the Bifrost, watches over Asgard's gates, his keen senses protecting the realm. The Vanir, a rival divine clan, include Njord, god of sea and wind, and Freya, goddess of love, beauty, and magic. After the Aesir-Vanir War, a truce integrates Njord and Freya into Asgard's pantheon, though they maintain ties to Vanaheim. Odin establishes Valhalla, a grand hall in Asgard where worthy warriors' souls, chosen by his Valkyries, feast and train for a future war. Freya oversees Folkvangr, her afterlife realm in Vanaheim where half of the slain warriors are chosen to dwell, reflecting her Vanir authority and influence over the afterlife, distinct from Odin's Valhalla. Hrasvelgr, the great eagle bearing the title of Hel, rules the realm of Hel, overseeing the dishonored dead with impartiality, a neutral force in the cosmic balance. The Jotnar, gifted with prophetic wisdom, resist Odin's tyranny, igniting a cosmic war. Odin, wielding his spear Gungnir and cunning intellect, seeks to control the Jotnar's foresight. Thor, Aesir god of thunder and strength, becomes the Aesir's enforcer, wielding Mjolnir to crush Jotnar resistance. The giants view Odin as a manipulative betrayer and Thor as a brutal destroyer, cementing their enmity. Loki, the trickster god of mischief and chaos with Jotnar heritage, and the giantess Angaboda produce Jörmungandr, the world's serpent. Fearing its power, Odin casts Jörmungandr into Midgard's oceans, where it grows to encircle the world, biting its own tail. Skoll and Hati, giant-born wolves tied to the Jotnar lineage, begin chasing the sun and moon across the sky. Their pursuit, driven by prophecy, underscores the Jotnar's cosmic influence and their role in shaping the world's fate. Thamur, a giant stonemason of unmatched skill, crafts a magical hammer to rival Thor's Mjolnir, seeking to protect Jotunheim. His defiance provokes Thor, who slays him in a fierce battle. Thamur's massive corpse falls in Midgard, becoming a frozen landmark, symbolizing the Jotnar's lost potential and Thor's relentless aggression. Hrungnir, the mightiest giant with a stone-made body and shield, challenges Thor to a duel after Odin goads him with deceit. Thor shatters Hrungnir with Mjolnir, but a fragment of the giant's whetstone lodges in Thor's skull, a lingering wound that humbles the thunder god. Hrungnir's defeat galvanizes Jotnar prophecies of retribution. Starkathr, an 8-armed giant of immense strength, wages war against the Aesir in Jotunheim. Thor, with his brute force, defeats Starkathr, further decimating the Jotnar's warriors. Starkathr's fall becomes a rallying cry for the giants, immortalized in their lore as a symbol of resistance. Skadi, a Jotnar huntress and goddess of winter and mountains, seeks vengeance for her father's death. She storms Asgard, wielding her bow and ice-based powers, but is persuaded to marry Njord, the Vanir god of sea and wind. Skadi's shift to Asgard weakens the Jotnar's cause, as she becomes a reluctant ally of the Aesir, torn between her heritage and her new role. Thor, revered by humans as a protector, but feared by giants as a butcher, leads a genocidal campaign against the Jotnar in Jotunheim. Wielding Mjolnir, he slaughters countless giants, nearly wiping out their race. Surviving Jotnar flee to Midgard and other realms, concealing their knowledge in magical constructs to preserve their culture. Odin, consumed by paranoia about his fate, pursues Jotnar seers to seize their foresight. His relentless quest leads to the death or imprisonment of many giants, escalating tensions. His actions strain relations with Vanir gods like Freya, who distrusts his motives despite her role in folklore. Laufey, a Jotnar seer known as the Just, uses her prophetic gifts to safeguard her people's future. She hides critical knowledge from Odin, weaving plans to ensure the Jotnar's survival and eventual resurgence against Aesir oppression. In Muspelheim, Surtur, the fire giant and primordial force of destruction, forges a flaming sword, awaiting his destined role. His power rivals Odin's, posing a constant threat to Asgard and Valhalla. Hraesvelgr, the great eagle bearing the title of Hel, rules the realm of Hel, maintaining order over the dishonored dead. The Jotnar view Hraesvelgr as a neutral force, neither fully aligned with Aesir nor Jotnar, but critical to the cosmic balance. The surviving Jotnar, though nearly eradicated, encode their history, culture, and prophecies in magical constructs across the realms, protecting their wisdom from Odin's grasp and preserving hope for their people's future. Valhalla, Odin's hall in Asgard, houses the souls of warriors chosen by his Valkyries, training for a future war under Heimdall's watchful gaze as guardian of Asgard. Folkvanger, Freya's realm in Vanaheim, claims half of the slain, reflecting her Vanir authority and influence over the afterlife, distinct from Odin's Valhalla. Baldur, the Aesir god of light and purity, is made invulnerable to all things, physical and magical, except mistletoe, through a powerful spell woven by his mother, Frigg, to protect him from harm. The Jotnar prophesy that Baldur's death, possible only by mistletoe, will trigger Fimbulwinter, the great winter that heralds the onset of Ragnarök, marking a turning point in the cosmic cycle. Jörmungandr, the world serpent, is fated to battle Thor during Ragnarök, a cataclysmic clash where both will perish. Jotnar prophecies suggest that after this battle, Jörmungandr is sent back in time to Midgard's past, explaining his presence in the world before his destined fight, a temporal paradox woven into their foresight. Fenrir, the great wolf and son of Loki and Engaberta, is prophesied to be bound by the Aesir, but will break free during Ragnarök. His immense strength will lead him to confront Odin, playing a pivotal role in the god's downfall, avenging his captivity. Skoll and Hati are destined to catch the sun and moon, devouring them and plunging the cosmos into darkness, marking the onset of Ragnarök and fulfilling their role in the Jotnar's prophecies. Surtur is prophesied to lead an assault on Asgard with his flaming sword, setting the realm and Valhalla ablaze. His fire will consume the Aesir's stronghold, heralding their destruction in Ragnarök. Loki will navigate his role among the Aesir, his trickery and Jotnar heritage causing friction with Odin, Thor, and Heimdall, whose vigilance makes him wary of Loki's motives. Loki's loyalty remains ambiguous, as the Jotnar foresee him playing a pivotal role in the future, potentially affecting Valhalla's warriors. Heimdall, the Aesir god of vigilance, is prophesied to sound Gjallarhorn, his mighty horn, to signal the beginning of Ragnarök, alerting the gods and Valhalla's warriors to the Jotnar's assault. He is fated to battle Loki in a deadly confrontation, their mutual destruction marking a key moment in the cataclysm. Hraesvelgr, as Hel, is foretold to oversee the release of Hel's dead during Ragnarök, with the souls joining the Jotnar's war against the Aesir, bolstering their forces in the final battle. The Jotnar foresee Ragnarök, a cataclysm where the giants, led by Surtur and joined by Jörmungandr, Fenrir, and the forces of Hel, will rise against the Aesir. Odin, Thor, Baldur, Heimdall, and other gods face their fated demise, with Loki's trickery shaping the outcome, potentially reshaping the cosmos and affecting Valhalla and Folkvanger.